Hey everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I've got something super cool for you today, so stick around, because you won't believe this. Did you know that a regular-looking quarter from 1979 could be worth up to $10,000? Yeah, seriously. We're talking about the 1979 Washington quarter, and more specifically, the one with no mint mark. Most people think it's just pocket change, but some of these coins are worth a small fortune. So let's break it all down in a simple way. I'll explain why this coin is so special, the history behind it, what kind of errors to look out for, and how you might have one sitting in a drawer without even knowing it. Alright, let's start with the basics. The Washington quarter first came out way back in 1932. It was made to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. His face is on the front of the coin, and on the back, there's an eagle with its wings open. For many years, this design stayed the same. At first, these coins were made out of silver, but that changed in 1965 when they started using a copper and nickel mix instead. Now, fast forward to 1979. That year, the U.S. Mint made more than 1.1 billion Washington quarters. They were made at 3 different places: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. If you look at your coin and there's no letter under the date, it means it came from Philadelphia. A D means Denver, and an S means San Francisco. Here's the interesting part: most of these coins are just worth face value. But a few of them, especially the ones from Philadelphia with no mint mark, are worth big money. Why? Because they're either in perfect condition, or they have rare errors that make them super valuable to collectors. Let's talk about the big one. A 1979 quarter with no mint mark, in near perfect condition, has actually sold for up to $10,000. That's not a typo. These high prices usually happen when a coin is graded MS68, which basically means it looks like it just came out of the mint, no scratches, no wear, super shiny. There aren't many of these around, so collectors will pay a lot for them. Now, even if your coin isn't perfect, it could still be worth more than 25 cents if it has errors. And this is where things get really fun. One of the biggest things to look for is something called a double die. That's when the design on the coin gets stamped more than once by mistake, and it creates a slight double image. This usually shows up on the date or the letters. If you find one of these, it could be worth a lot, sometimes hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Another cool error is a repunched mint mark, also called RPM. This happens when the mint mark, like a D for Denver, gets punched in twice by mistake, and the two impressions don't line up. It might look like a blurry or shadowed letter. These can be worth a nice chunk of change too. There are also off-center errors. That's when the coin wasn't lined up properly during the minting process, so the design is pushed to one side. The more off-center it is, and the more of the design you can still see, especially the date, the more valuable it can be. Some of these go for over $1,000. Then we've got broad strike errors, which happen when the coin is struck without the collar that usually shapes the edge. These coins look kind of stretched or flat around the edges. They're not super common, and collectors love them. Another thing to look out for is a missing clad layer. Remember how modern quarters are made with copper in the middle and nickel on the outside? Sometimes, the nickel layer is missing from one side, and the coin looks brown or copper-colored like a penny. That's a pretty easy one to spot, and these coins can be worth $80 or more depending on condition. And here's a wild one: some 1979 quarters were struck on the wrong kind of blank. These are called wrong planchet errors. So instead of being made on a quarter blank, the coin was made on something meant for a nickel or even a foreign coin. These look really weird and are worth good money. One of these sold for around $200, just because it was made on a nickel-sized planchet. Now let's not forget the San Francisco Mint coins. These were mostly proof coins made for collectors, so they're usually in better condition and have a super shiny finish. If you've got a 1979 quarter with an S mint mark, flip it over and look closely at that mint mark. There are actually 2 types. One is a blurry or filled S, and the other is a clear S. The clear one, also called Type 2, is rarer and can be worth $400 or more in top condition. So how do you know if you have a valuable coin? First, take a good look at your 1979 quarters. Use a magnifying glass if you have one. Look at the date, the mint mark, and check the coin's overall look. If it's shiny and clean, that's a good sign. If you see something weird, like doubling, missing parts, or strange colors, that's even better. If you think you've got something special, the best thing to do is get it graded by a professional coin grading company like PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you exactly what it's worth, and they'll put it in a sealed holder to protect it. That's how serious collectors know your coin is the real deal. Alright, so to wrap it up, most 1979 quarters are only worth 25 cents. But some, especially the ones with no mint mark and rare errors, can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. All it takes is one lucky find, and you could be sitting on a little treasure. So next time you get change at the store, don't just toss it in your wallet, take a second and check it out. You never know what might be hiding in plain sight. Thanks so much for watching. If you learned something new, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more easy-to-understand coin videos. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're going to start checking your quarters now. Catch you in the next one, and happy collecting.